Okay, so I don't know
Captain John
when
Jason,
this is, but...
Lieutenant Marceline Grimes. We've analyzed the data. Looks like they've created an enhanced variant of the virus they used in the first global biological genocide. They've stockpiled a large amount of ordnance and they plan to ship them all off Gemstone Island using the advanced CD-POM. It seems like Colonel Sebastian Garrett is collaborating with them to sabotage Operation Winter Strike.
Pick the screwdriver.
He's been handing them our intelligence. Since our operation plans to sabotage Protocol
Did I pick up the
87,
screwdriver last
you
time? I can't
already
even
know
remember.
You'll be making your way to the advanced city laboratories, and they're buffing up defenses there in advance. This operation is becoming more and more dangerous. Be careful.
Oh, this is chapter 6. Good. I read this just before quitting last time. I remember now. Okay. So... Sebastian Garrett tips off the CGT that you're coming here, so lock down most of the areas. You need to find 2 keys. Okay. Who's shooting at me? Bit rude, isn't it? Boy, that's not on that, mate. You need to calm down. Okay, so there's an LMG there, but I don't like. It's apparently not as good as what I'm currently using. Okay, I'll go for the sniper. Well, it's not technically a sniper. It's Sorry, this is loud. Christ, I've had one hell of a fucking week. I'm not gonna take it out in the game, don't worry. But no, I've just had like a really shit week. Well, it's not even been a shit week. It's been a fun week, but was exhausting. That ended on a bit of a shit note. Don't want to go into too much detail about. I went on a trip on Thursday with work, and I had to walk like an hour to get there in the fucking mud. So I was in pain for like 3 days from that much fucking running around fucking muddy city trying to find the workplace fucking trip across the city. This place is flooded. Shit, you don't say. And the water level is rising. We need to act fast. Relocate all the important sensitive documents stored down here on the upper floors. I don't know how we can stop the water leaks, but there's too many of them. I hope the water level doesn't reach, wayward apostrophe, doesn't reach the upper floors, because then we'd have to relocate to another abandoned building. Oh shit, we've only just paid our last deposit on this one. Captain John Jason and Lieutenant Grimes, I think there is a more serious problem than the water level. Okay. Yeah, and then I had to do something personal on Friday that was quite exhausting. And I barely recovered over the weekend, and I've had a night of fucking having to dig up old shit to basically protect one of my friends from some bullshit, slanderous crap, which I posted on my community tab. And I'm just really tired. I wish people weren't so fucking pathetic and stupid. Like, that would just be my wish if I had a fucking genie, because that's where my energy seems to go. It's just fixing other people being shit. Like, honestly, people like Ronnie and Andy and Cranium, they do some shit. But it's never as annoying or disappointing as when former friends just go rancid, and you have to basically coddle their fifis as they explode and do everything they can to burn everyone around them. It's pathetic, and I don't understand why people resort to it immediately. So yeah, sorry if I'm not the most chipper today. Trying, but... Also, I was expecting some Mortal Kombat updates, like DLC and a Invasion event. Invasion event's not until Wednesday now, and the fucking DLC is until Thursday, I think? Maybe Friday? And I'm just like... Really? I feel like NRS fucked that up, that they didn't do the Halloween event until fucking November. But now it's not even till like, what, the first week into November at like the very end of the week? Why? Why are they so bad at this? The Confederation of Global Terrorism is winning the war. Our defeat is imminent. They've completely surrounded Advanced City and taken over Advanced City International Airport, but we can still escape. There are rat lines that can lead us up to the walled city of Crystalville, and then IMS can give us a plane to escape. They're operating a small safe house there. I think if the CGT get their hands, wrong there, but I understand. Hands on us, we're dead. It's THEIR for that kind of there. They are not going to spare us. They hate communism. We are doomed. Well, I suppose it does spell doom when people hate communism. Okay, so I need to collect both keys and return to the atrium. I'm tired and kind of annoyed today, so I'm just going to do my best to get through this chapter and hope that I'm not as annoyed next video. I do want to get through this as much as like possible, so, and this is my only chance like for the first time in like a week, so. Oh yeah, unlock with keys. There we go. Need 2 keys to open it. It's a video game door. That's not true of any door in the real world, but in video games you need 2 keys.
Jason, Lieutenant Marceline Grimes, do not contact or communicate with Colonel Sebastian Garrett. He's trying to kill you.
Oh shit, man! I follow him on TikTok.
As many strategies as he can to achieve it.
To clarify, I'm not mocking the 2 keys on the door thing because of this game. That is just a thing across all video games that I find a bit silly.
Since you're in the Cassini underground,
Like, this game is hardly unique for it.
Cassini underground exits into President Johnson Lincoln barracks. And those barracks have been linked by the CGT to the Advanced City laboratories. So find your way into the Johnson Lincoln barracks. You've made incredible progress, but be careful. Exercise caution. Colonel Garrett is trying to destroy you.
Yeah, well, the last guy who, quote-unquote, tried to destroy me is now dead, so... Oh, there's 3. Oh, and I can't read it. Shit. Can't read it in this light. 9731. 8. Let's try that. 9731. Wrong code. Okay. 8962. If you're wondering why I'm not trying all 3 at once, it's because my memory is shit. 2533, motherfucker. Okay, so motherfucker was the number code I needed. I like how it just has a random swear word at the bottom. At least you can work around it, though. I'll give it that. I've played AAA games that legitimately do not have a workaround for stuff like that, and you end up just fucked halfway through the game. Life of Black Cat comes to mind. Legend of Black Cat. I got it mixed up with that Tiger game somehow, even though Black Cat is a much better game. Whilst Life of Black Tiger is a brilliant PS4 exclusive title. Honestly, the fact that this isn't on fucking PS4, but Black Tiger is, just says a lot. I mean, honestly, for the amount of effort that was put into this game, you might as well. I'm sort of stuck. I can't really do much, so I'm just gonna have to shoot until I can get free. Probably should have used the melee weapon, but I didn't think to do that because I've not used it throughout the entire game because I prefer shooting shit. So now I'm just sort of... Yeah, I'm not picking up every piece of money I find this time because honestly, I don't have the energy for that shit. And honestly, I don't care that much because, like, you'll lose a lot of the stuff you get between things in each level anyway, so I don't see the point. Got armor plate. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Money.
Captain John Jason, Lieutenant Marceline Grant.
Stop doxing me over the radio.
According to this data, it seems
They are.
Colonel Sebastian Garrett is switching sides to the Confederation of Global Terrorism.
Oh, so now he's confirmed it.
So,
Changed his Facebook
told by
status.
Major Nikolai Petrikov to kill his team, the entire death squad, and so far he's succeeding. He's killed 3 members and also killed members from other teams. So essentially, he doesn't need to kill you to train. He just needs to kill.
Okay, so he needs to kill the whole of Death Squad. But killing me would be good as well. Okay. I guess I'm like the optional elusive target. Well, I'm afraid he's gonna have to work for me. You can't just get that kill easily. I'm gonna fucking make him work for it. Right, we need power. I think I can hear a... Hey, up, boys! Look at these idiots fucking crouching in the water. Fuck off. Learn to shoot. Same, bro. Same. Where even are you? Where are you? Oh! This... Yeah. Oh, this actually looks way better than it did in the old game. Like, in the old game, it was... I couldn't even make out what it was meant to be. That's really cool, actually. It's actually properly animated and actually looks like it should. Lucky piece. Gold star. It also makes the sound of a machine instead of vague bandage noises. Upgrade character. Done. I can't spend any of it because it's...
Thank you.
Oh,
Have a
actually,
nice
hold
day.
on. I'll buy some armor plating. There we go.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Activate the console. I like this part of the game that actually feels like... I mean, it's hard. It feels like one of those, like, Last of Us sections where you have to power up generators and open doors to move on to the next area. You can see the influence in the game design. I feel like I'm making excuses in part, but... No, I do appreciate it.
You've made it inside President Johnson Lincoln Barracks.
Fuck yeah.
According to the data you recovered from Cassini, the barracks should be heavily guarded, thanks to Colonel Sebastian Garrett, our enemy. He has since been fired permanently by the Iron Man and stripped
Garrett, I
of
hear you
his
betrayed us to the enemy. Yeah?
He's
You're fired.
considered a
Fuck.
traitor and has committed treason. If he's captured alive, he'll face military court and be executed. He's killed multiple IMS soldiers. Your primary objective is to make your way through the barracks and find a way inside the Avanci laboratories. Be careful.
Alright then. That's enough for me today. Yep. So I was kind of impressed with that chapter. Thought it was pretty good for what it is. I'll be able to wrap up the rest of this game sometime in the next few weeks. Till then, toodles. Like 3 more chapters to go, and then I've beaten the whole thing. President Johnson Lincoln
Captain John
Barracks.
Jason, Lieutenant Marceline Grimes.
Yeah, hello.
You've made it inside President Johnson Lincoln Barracks. According to the data you recovered from Cassini, the barracks should be heavily guarded thanks to Colonel Sebastian Garrett, our enemy.
I'm doing the hands IRL.
Fired permanently
Not really, I'm reaching
from
over
the
for some
IMS
Doritos, but I'm
and
doing it in my head.
stripped of all his decorations. He's considered a traitor and has committed treason. If he's captured alive, he'll face military court and be executed. He's killed multiple IMS soldiers. Your primary objective is to make your way through the barracks and find a way inside the Advanced CE laboratories. Be careful.
Alright then. Sir, 2 dangerous IMS Special Forces, Captain John Jack, Jumping Jack Flash, Lieutenant Marcel Grims, are coming to try and sabotage our protocol, and they've killed a lot of CGT troops lately. They cleared out the Cassini government officers, Cassini underground, and have fought through the heavily patrolled advanced city, downtown and suburbs. From all of that data, I have reason to believe they might clear out President Johnson Lincoln Barracks and advanced city laboratories. We need to accelerate the process and get these shipments off Gemstone Island as soon as possible. We don't have much time, we need to hurry up. Alright, let's do a bit more of this. Hold on a sec. Sorry, I meant to message my girlfriend something. There we go. 7326 5659 7337 sexual. I don't know what the fuck that is in reference to. Oh. 7337. Shit. Five, 6, 5, 9. I love memory games because I can't remember shit. I like how there's just random swear words on just memos in this world. Oh wow, we got God rays and ray tracing in the game. Holy shit. I poke fun, but I don't know if this is just like
Captain John Jason,
the lighting how it's meant to be, or if it's like glitching.
put in place to slow you down. You're gonna have to figure out a way to disengage them to move forward.
Major Nikolai Petrikov has reinforced the barracks and call in as many troops as possible to come in and hold. Sebastian Garrett says 2 IMS soldiers are on their way, and they are part of the Operation Sabotage Protocol 87. We have to be able to overwhelm them and kill them when they get here. They are not just your regular average IMS infantry. These are special forces. So get ready. They are almost there. Take them out when they arrive. Okie dokie. A hatchet. A hatchet? Really? Oh, I need another fuse. Okay. What the fuck is that thing? You know what? Never mind. Small med kit. No surrender for human scum. We do not accept surrender. Cost of living crisis in it, can't afford it. Why did you point at me like the fucking invaders of the body snatchers? Bastard. I hope if I ever get gunned down, I'm just like, bastard on my way down. Bit loud, that. Use personal terminal to engage in. Sign into the terminal. God, my work one doesn't take this long. Utility. Unlock the storage. Yes. Unlock the storage. So I hear Half-Life got an update recently. Next time I have a Half-Life itch, I'm probably going to go for it, but not really having one right now.
According to this barracks layout provided by the intelligence corp team, that room you're in should be an emergency supplies room, full of weapons. See if you can find higher damage rifles like the VSS Ventores and Tab 99 NAMP. They should come in handy.
Well, I'm pretty satisfied with what I got, to be honest. What the fuck is that? Yeah, I'll take this thing. Oh yeah, the Tremor cameo finally came out in the time it took me to record this, as did Omni-Man. I quite like how faithful Omni-Man is to the show and everything, it's pretty cool. Tremor's also pretty cool, but I feel like they should have been released on the same day because cameos on their own are just a bitch to level up. Especially if you're not like just, you know, if you're using them normally. Maybe there's a power leveling technique, but I'm not really into that unless it's for a specific reason. And I really just want to play the character and level them up as I go. Tremor is kind of not used now until, I don't know, another Seasons of Invasions comes out or something. By which time Navarro or someone will come out. My favourite Devil May Cry protagonist from Mortal Kombat. Was it Deception he was from? Or was it Deadly Alliance? I always get those two mixed up. Like in terms of the roster additions and stuff. Admittedly, the 3D era kind of passed me by because I didn't really like those games very much. Like, from a gameplay perspective, they were too like Soul Calibur, so I play them like Soul Calibur, and then I'm bad at them because they're not Soul Calibur. Now, I know the game told me to pick up the Nambu, but I don't really want to because I prefer these kind of accurate rifles that can sort of... I don't really like things that spray a lot because they kind of do my head in. Christ, you're a fat bitch, aren't you? I miss Ed Egg. It's kind of sad that the creator just had no confidence in it at all. Just killed it. Like, he killed it like 3 times, but one day he killed it for real. And then decided to make like sketch comedy instead, which is also really good. There's a lot of the Ed Egg stuff that I find really funny, but I love Ed Egg, and it's kind of sad that it's like pretty much gone forever. I think he tried to like bring as much of it back as possible, but like I just kind of hate that he just nuked. He nuked the comic, and he nuked the archives, and he nuked all the animations because he basically decided he didn't want it to exist anymore. And I hate that because I really liked it. That's one of the reasons why when it comes to like copyright and stuff, I'm actually quite liberal with my copyright, because if I ever don't care about something, I'm not going to make sure it doesn't exist anymore just for the sake of nothing. Unless it's something I'm legitimately ashamed of or something like that. And by legitimately ashamed, I mean it has messages in it which I find abhorrent now. Like if I made it 10 years before this point and I've said some stuff with it that I'm not happy with in hindsight, then yeah, I can understand that like the creator wanting that to be buried. But at the same time, it's like, if it's just, oh, I was so bad back then, you may see it that way, but you might have been better back then than you are now. Or alternatively, people might have liked that content. Even if it's not more, they might have liked it, and I would preserve it as best I could. So I have been I haven't deleted many, if any, videos. Like, as far as I'm aware, only like the Richard Laruna ones where I said some shit I didn't like in hindsight, so I basically just, well, I removed them because, I mean, if anybody's like, oh, he's hiding from us, I'll happily link them. I think they're still unlisted somewhere. Like, I'm not ashamed of the fact that I said it, I just don't think it should represent my channel now, is the point. I don't think I did anything particularly bad with that, it's just I didn't really like how overwhelmingly negative I got with that game. It's a bit like with this, to be honest, but slightly different for a number of reasons. At least with the Richard Laruna one, I was in a good place at the time, but just well, it wasn't a place that I was 100% happy with. At the time I did the Super Incursion stuff. Sorry, I got a bit distracted. But yeah, with the Richard Laruna stuff, he just did something shitty beforehand, and I kind of just was expecting almost him to do another shitty thing, just so I could say, what a shitbag, look at this guy. And in hindsight, I really shouldn't have been that eager to see him fail. I mean, it's not like, say, Lance, where, you know for a fact that he's not coming back from what he did. All Richard's bullshit amounted to words and a silly copyright takedown, because the man has the emotional stability of a small child. I mean that with affection and respect. I guess. Now, to be fair, people like Richard Laruna, as far as I'm aware, like, I've not seen anything. Admittedly, I haven't looked at the guy for years, but I've not seen anything he's done which is beyond just silliness and immaturity. I think he probably gets into arguments, but I don't think he's like... He's not dangerous to people in the way that, say, Lance is dangerous to people. For example. By the way, I'm still working on the Lance stuff. I know it's been worked on forever. It's just a fucking slog to get through. That and the Ghost Hunter stuff is taking forever. To the point where I'm considering doing other projects on the side just so I can do some... I'm aware two bastards coming here trying to ruin our protocol. If you can't handle them, I might need to come up there and electrocute them with my lightning until their heads explode. Why didn't you just do that at the start? If you fail... Alright, I got Major General Mason Voorhees breathing down my neck. If this protocol fails, we're in trouble with the higher-ups. Well, I'd assume so. Yeah, that'll do. Why not? Doggies! Ah, doggies. Oh god, no. I had an empty clip. Talking about Half-Life earlier, I didn't learn the one lesson that you learn for life from that game's tutorial. Always reload your weapon. But no, not me. Just like... Doggies. Laurie Grimes. Be a bit more alert, yeah? The fuck is this shit? Alright, we're at the main objective. It's some sort of dreams showroom. By the way, if we find one of them giant hippo plushies, it's mine. I don't care who the fuck else wants to claim it. It is mine. I will bludgeon anyone who goes for it to death, because it is mine. What? Okay. What did I take damage from? I think I might have took fall damage again, because I remember that being a glitch where you could accidentally take fall damage for no reason. I'll go for sprint regeneration. Why not? The store, shop. Some armor. Oops. My finger slips and I bought the wrong ammo type. Oh well.
Thank you.
To be fair, I think it all does the same shit anyway, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure you could give me a spreadsheet with the damage types, but I don't really care. You know, you just point the gun at someone, you shoot them a bunch of times, fall over, and that's it. Thanks for standing still, wanker. What have I been most recently playing? I've been playing a lot of War Tales. That's a fun game, but it's a massive time sink, and admittedly, it's a bit of a time waste. It's one of those sort of Crusader Kings Civ games where you play it for 10 minutes and then your whole night's gone. Wouldn't recommend it if you got commitments, because it is a very addictive and, like, involved game, but it's a lot of fun. doing a mercenary run through at the moment. I want to try banditry and a few other things, like different playthroughs. There's like 4 origin stories for the main characters, and you sort of make them.
Jason, the Muslim grants. You're making great progress. You're halfway through the barracks. Keep going.
See, it's nice having a boss for once who is willing to praise when I do something half decent. I haven't had that for a while. When I first started work, my first boss used to be quite quick to praise. You never quite realise how much you miss that when you got a boss that just shits all over everything you do, and then is legit surprised when you basically quit. I'm like, yeah, this isn't for me. I'm clearly not like. And it's like, what gave you that idea, you stupid incompetent fuck? Like, you're the one that gave me that idea. You're a cunt. Oh yeah, speaking of incompetence, Walking Dead Destinies. I had a lot of fun. I got that working. Probably gonna make something on that soon, because the last video I had on it blew the fuck up. I'm hoping the magic strikes twice, but I doubt it. Yeah, Walking Dead Destinies is a fucking shambles, and I love it. It's hilarious. Not only do I love its incompetence, but I also kind of respect it on a base level for what it tries to be. I find it hilarious, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I find it hard to be fully mad. And I know some people will call that a positive review. Yeah, sure, it was so shit it made me laugh and I can't even get mad at it. Level 3 maximum level flashbang blueprints. I don't want to stun them, I want to murder them. To be fair, I will say one thing about Walking Dead. It's more worthwhile buying than the next Last of Us remaster that's coming out, which I think Guinness should put it as the most pointless remaster in history, because it is. It is a world record breaker for the most pointless fucking remaster for a video game. The video game it's remastering isn't even 3 years old. And the fucking comparison is, well, it's like night and midnight. Like, let me just say, it's not $70 worth of remaster. Apparently they're adding some game modes and some other shit. I'm assuming there's a golf mini game where you play as Abby. But but the idea that they want us to pay 70 quid, and I'm assuming it's not going to be free if you own the original retro version from 3 years ago, kind of baffles me, not going to lie. Even the PS4 remaster of The Last of Us served more of a purpose because there was less backwards compatibility with the PS4 to the PS3. And also, I do have to admit, there is a difference between the visuals. Now, I wouldn't call it the greatest
Thank you. Have a nice day.
advancement in graphics of all time, but most people who are actually paying attention can see the difference between the PS3 and the PS4 version. Admittedly, the difference between the PS4 version and the PC version is that the PC version looks like dog shit. Like, I bought the PC version and I was kind of excited to play The Last of Us again. because I haven't played it for like 10 years at this point. And I'd also just watched the TV show. Several things I found about The Last of Us Remaster was that A, the graphics in the game were terrible because they didn't work properly. Like, this game's graphics work better than the fucking Last of Us on PC. I'm not even saying that ironically. This at least looks like it's supposed to. The Last of Us on PC had fucking ghost hair, amongst other bizarre fucking things. And I didn't like that. I didn't like it all. Whereas The Last of Us on PS4 all looks fine, and it doesn't tank the system it's on, which is also nice. Takeover of the barracks and its conversion into a CGT military facility was messy. We had sent 1,000 soldiers to raid it. It took 1,000 men to raid a fucking barracks. Okay. These guys suck. And taking over the Gemstone Army soldier stationers knew about the losses their country had sustained and that they were weakening their morale. We had also bought the layout and weaknesses and exploited them. We came in strong at a time they least expected us. They were underprepared, accompanied by the spy data as an easy but messy win. It took us 5 hours to run and we killed about 500 and the rest surrendered and were immediately absorbed into the Confederation of Global Terrorism and began working for us straight away, but of course under close supervision and discipline. The takeover was a win, because now we have access to the musicians and audience. Did I say munitions or musicians? I'm going to say musicians because it's funnier. There's a mariachi band out there ready to be deployed, an ordnance that we used it towards our grand scale effort, taking over the entire island and toppling the communist government. I kind of like that the communist government is a thing to be preserved in this game. I don't know if it's I don't know what the political landscape is of the developer's country.
Barracks layout, you're close to the entrance of advanced city laboratories. Keep going.
Thanks. I was going to turn back and go home and watch The Wire, so I'm glad that you told me to do that. But yeah, I kind of like that the communist government in this aren't considered a bad thing. It's kind of an interesting take on the idea that these people just live under a communist government, so they don't really consider it, like, bad in any way. Well, I guess the terrorists do. And even if it is a problem, it's a problem for another day because we got angry terrorists on the loose. But yeah, one of the things as well about The Last of Us, they keep re-releasing it and remastering it and repackaging it. And I think it's actually a point against the game at this point because, honestly, the more a game is re-released and remastered, the more dated the game feels. Like, playing The Last of Us again in 2014, I was like, oh yeah, it's this again, look how cool it still looks. Now I'm playing it like 10 years later, and it's like, wow, you can tell this game's 10 years old because it just feels really... I don't know what the fucking issue is, but it just feels really... like... primitive in a weird way. And it's not the graphics or the animation or the script. I think it's because... some of the newly recruited Gemstone Army soldiers were stubborn and resisted. Shocker. 10 of them staged a spray count and turned their rifles on us. They managed to kill 25 or so. Well, that's what you get for just taking on enemy soldiers on their word that they're not going to attack you. And then they attack you and you're like, oh, bloody hell, Harry. I sentenced them all to execution by firing squad. They were executed and their bodies were buried in a shallow grave outside. That sent a strong message to the rest of them who wanted to resist. That they will be dealt with severely. We have all no bullshit policy. I respect that. Follow your orders and you'll be rewarded. Disobey and you'll be punished. You have followed your orders. You get a sticker. But yeah, I feel like games like God of War Ragnarok, as small as the advancements were at the time, I think looking back, the narrative flow is a lot more natural in that game and the God of War from 2018, than the original Last of Us. And hell, I don't know about Last of Us 2. I didn't really look at it that critically because I didn't care.
Lieutenant Marceline Grimes, you're inside Advanced City Laboratories. This is the heart of Protocol 87. This is where they're storing the virus and ordnance stockpiles, ready to be shipped out of Gemstone Island. Our intelligence teams reports that there are massive amounts of CGT soldiers stationed there to stop you. The Intelligence Corp have hacked and downloaded the laboratory layout from CGT databases.
So I'm just listening to the dialogue.
Stockpiles are deep inside the laboratories. Fight your way through and reach them. Then we can come up with a way to destroy them. Sabotaging Protocol 87.
Okie dokie. But yeah, a lot of The Last of Us kind of feels dated to me now. And I can't put my finger on what exactly it is. But it just does. And it kind of is the fault of the fact that it kept being pushed in my face every few years. To the point where I'm like, oh, you know, I'm starting to spot a few crow's feet. But anyway, right, that was chapter 7. I'm on chapter 8. Maybe, if I have some time tomorrow afternoon, I might just plow through chapters 9 and 10 in one go. We'll see. Until the next time, toodles.
Professor Curious is okay.